The following video contains two hardware setups. Setup A is an Xbox Series X connected to an LG C1 TV, and then the LG C1 is connected to the LG SP11R8 soundbar. Setup B is the Xbox Series X connected directly to the soundbar, and then the soundbar is outputting its video through to the TV. All HDMI cables used for this testing are HDMI 2.1 certified. Neither Setup A or Setup B is an ideal way to play your games. Using Setup A introduces noticeable Dolby Atmos audio delay. It also prevents you using DTS-X, as this is explicitly not supported on the current LG TVs, even though it is supported on the LG soundbars. Using Setup B means that you no longer get 120Hz output, auto low latency, or variable refresh rate. It's a case of choose your poison. My tests are by no means scientific. I slapped my iPhone in a tripod and recorded the screen as 120 frames per second slow-mo video. I then did some actions such as navigate a menu or fire a gun. With some help in post, I measure the number of frames from a single point at the start of the action to when I start seeing the waveform move in the timeline in DaVinci Resolve. This means the recorded numbers is not an exact calculation of audio delay in a system, and I'm not saying that if it's not zero, then it's clearly wrong. But by using the same methodology in every test, we should be able to compare the different audio outputs run to run. I took 4 samples for this testing. The first was the Xbox UI as I navigated a menu. I did 2 tests in Forza Horizon 5, one where I navigated a menu, and the other where I earned a skill of some sort and then measured the time for the skill indicator to begin to animate. And then the last test was firing a gun in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Again, this is not a scientific test. The game engines could be different from run to run, but as someone who has attempted to use Dolby Atmos for gaming, I can tell you the delay is real and it makes games unplayable. From delayed noises when a creature jumps out at you in Metro Exodus, to the delay in audio when you smash through a fence in Forza. This has been an issue on Windows 10 PC, Xbox One X, and now the Xbox Series X. All of these platforms played Dolby Atmos videos just fine, it was just Dolby Atmos gaming that was the problem. This may be down to the Dolby Matte audio codec. The issue isn't new. I first had it with my LG C7 TV when it was paired with an LG SJ9 soundbar. I then upgraded to an LG CX and paired it with an LG SN10YG soundbar. And then to my current setup of the LG C1 paired with an LG SP11RA soundbar. If you don't want to sit through the testing, you can just jump straight to the results. For each of the eARC tests, I'll include a screenshot of the HDMI diagnostic screen. Maybe the information on it means more to someone else than it does to me. There is no diagnostic screens when connected directly to the soundbar, as the TV just reports 2-channel PCM. Here are the number of frames that counted from action to audio. And with a little movie magic, here are the numbers in terms of milliseconds. And now here is the same data again, but using an average of the PCM values and compared them as a difference of the other values. Looking at the numbers, they do appear to be a bit all over the shop, but I think it's quite clear to see that using Dolby Digital or Dolby Atmos over eARC is causing major audio delay. I did expect the audio delay when connected directly to the soundbar to be lower across the board, but from personal experience, I know that in Forza Horizon 5, Dolby Atmos in this configuration was indeed better, but it still was not fully playable, whereas Tomb Raider was. I believe what we might be seeing here is that Tomb Raider is actually a Dolby Atmos supported game, whereas Forza Horizon 5 is not, despite the fact that Forza Horizon 4 is on the Dolby Atmos webpage. Another surprising find here is that DTS-X is actually lower across the board than our PCM sounds. What would be great to see is if LG could figure out what is causing these initial audio delays when using Dolby Atmos or Dolby Digital through eARC, and if it's possible at all for them to pay the licensing so we can also have DTS-X as a part of our TVs. I'll finish the video with the final series of Tomb Raider clips, not slowed down but played in real time, so you can get an understanding of how delayed the audio is when you're actually playing.